Whenever you want to grow or it's time to grow, something has to change. It cannot. And people get married to the same. And you know why people like for it to be the same? Because they're comfortable there. But if you stay in your comfort zone, you will fail right there. If this is your comfort zone, that's where you're going to fail. The only way to succeed is you got to get outside of the comfort zone. Everything you want in life is on the other side of fear. You got to get over there, man. You got to get, it ain't easy. You know, it's not easy to leave the city you grew up in, say goodbye to your family. It's not easy to walk in there and quit your job and take a chance on another job. It's not easy to break up with somebody. You've been in a relationship for 8 years and you sitting up in here counting the 8 years, talking about I done wasted 8 years. I tell women all the time, you didn't waste 8 years. You learned something in 8 years. Now, if you stay here, do you want 8 more years of this? It's time to go. I don't care what you want to do, man. If you want to grow, you have to change. That's a very difficult thing for people to do. Change, man. But you got to, folks. You got to change. You got to take a chance. You can't stay there and play it the way it is. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. You got to do something else, man. And that's the way it works, man. And it's hard, I know, because I've had to make a lot of changes in my life, and it's hard. When I quit my job October 8th, I won an amateur night. I won $50. October 8th, 1985. I went to work the next day, October 9th, with a $50 bill in my hand and walked to an insurance company and quit my job. Because I decided that night I was going to be a professional comedian. I had won one amateur night. Had never been in a comedy club in my life. Won one amateur night and the light bulb went off. This what I was been praying for. I've been asking God, show me what I could do with my life because I just didn't know what to do with it. Sent me to that comedy club. I won that amateur night. That was it. I was for sure this was it. But I want you to understand something. I was the only one that was for sure. Nobody else in my life thought that was a smart ass move. All you gotta do is change, man. Even the suits I used to wear, my suits were 29 at the knee. My jackets had to touch my middle finger. I had a minimum of 4 buttons on that suit. I like 5 or 6 though. My wife one day said, Steve, why don't you wear a different type of suit? I said, baby, this is urban wear. This is what we wear in Cleveland, Detroit, Philly, Chicago. This is what we wear. I ain't finna change. She said, Steve, God is finna take you somewhere. You finna be in mainstream America. I said, what you talking about? I'm a comedian. I don't got to fit in mainstream. I'm funny. She said, no, Steve, God finna take you somewhere else. I didn't know what my wife was talking about. Then I wrote a book, got a talk show, got a game show. Next thing I knew, I was in mainstream America. My wife told me that. And she said, you gotta look mainstream. You can't put them big suits on, them people can't wear to work. I said, baby, you ain't say nothing when we was married. She said, I was waiting to marry you so I could change you. I said, damn. If I had just kept my foot on the gas pedal in my 20s. I spent all of my 30s making up for all the mistakes I made in my 20s. I spent all of my 40s being what I could have been in my 30s. That's what I would tell my 20-year-old self, if I could just keep my foot on the gas. Because when you're 20, man, you just think it's all good. Nah, man. Them 20s are some important years. You know, I messed my credit up in the 20s. I did a lot of 20s that I paid for dearly. I could change that. But then again, at the same time, I needed everything in my life to happen in the exact order that it happened in order for me to be who I am today. And that's the thing that you have to remember, that God is processing you. Everything that's happening to you now is just the process. God is going to give you everything you ask for if you keep the faith. But you have to keep the faith. If you keep the faith, you are going to get everything you ask for at an appointed time. But you got to stay faithful so you can get to the appointed time. Most people give up long before the appointed time. You're going to get everything plus some stuff you never even asked for if you keep the faith. That's what you have to do. If you do that, man, I can't even tell you what he'll do for you. Because he took me way past where I thought I wanted to go. I thought when I was Kings of Comedy, I thought that was it. That's all I ever wanted to do, be one of the premier stand-ups in the country. Kings of Comedy hit. We toured for 4 or 5 years, man. Oh, we made money. We were the premier stand-ups on earth. Nobody was bigger than us. I thought that was it. I had no idea what God was going to do for me. No idea, man. If you just understood the principles of success, you could be successful. It don't matter what. Anybody can be successful. You just got to adhere to a few things. And what you got to adhere to is not hard. The hard part is believing that it's applicable to you. But everybody is designed to be successful. You just got to get out your way sometime. The difference between successful people and non-successful people is just what goes on in here. That's the difference. It's not that successful people are smarter than you or anything. And I'm not saying none of you aren't successful. I'm just using it as an example. I'm just talking in generalities. Look, just have to change the way you think. The Bible says a man is as he thinketh. So if you think poor, I have news for you. You can be nothing but poor. If you think negative thoughts, you'll be nothing but negative. But whatever comes out of here, whatever you project out of here comes back. That's how it works. Don't you think for one moment that it works any other way. Give you an example. You go home and you got a remote control. You pick up your remote control when you go home and you press the on button and you point it at your TV. What do you expect to happen? You expect TV to come on. That TV come on all the time, don't it? If HBO is channel 420 and you press 420 and you hit select, what do you expect your TV to do? You expect HBO to come on. And guess what? Without really thinking about it, you know that's the channel. You press select. HBO comes on your TV. Your remote control was designed the way your mind works. Your mind was designed in the image of God. God said, let there be light. He didn't just light it up. He pretty powerful dude. He could have just lit it up, but he was teaching us a lesson. He said, let there be light. Then it was light. He was teaching us in the very beginning that what you say is what is. So now, if they created this remote off your mind, everything you project from here is what you're going to get back. It's the law of attraction. It don't matter if you believe it or not. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. It don't matter if you adhere to it. I don't believe in that. It don't matter. It's just the way it is. You have people all the time, ain't no God. Because you say that, you think I'm finna go with that ignorant mess you just said. It ain't no God. No, dog. Just because you said it wasn't no God, don't make that true. You got a bunch of people that got together talking about there ain't no God. Quit listening to them. It is a God. It really does work. If you're a woman and you say all men are dogs, guess what? You finna meet all of them. You finna meet all of them. You're going to prove yourself to be right. If you say, man, I really feel great today, guess what? That's how you feel. You can wake up on the wrong side of the bed and change it by just changing what you say. I hate when I hear people say, I'm not a morning person. I hate that, man. I'm not a morning person. Wait a minute. The goal is to wake up. What are you talking about? It's going to be morning tomorrow. Don't be in. Why would you shoot down the blessing? The blessing is to wake up. Now you wake up and say, I'm not a morning person. How stupid is this? You got to change. You change your attitude, you change your altitude. It's your mental capacity that gets you. We are all where we thought ourselves to be. I just been talking to God for a long time about this. Follow your dreams. You got a diploma. Diplomas are pieces of paper that sit on walls. After you get a diploma, real life starts. You got to chase your dreams, man. I don't really give a what your paper says. If it ain't what you're dreaming of doing, plus that paper's kind of deceptive anyway. And I always thought it was messed up that you ask a kid at 18-year-old to declare what he wants to be for the rest of his life. Then he gets a major and he works his ass off for 4 years and he gets a degree, and he didn't even know who he was when he answered that question. Most people I know don't even work in their degree because they discover something else. My partner was a lawyer, man. He went to school for law school and everything. He passed the bar before he graduated law school. That's how brilliant he was. He an agent now. He ain't even want to be the law no more. He an agent. He just decided to do something else. So I say chase your dreams, man. Do that thing, man, that keeps you up at night. That thing that bothers you, man, that makes you trip. You can't quit thinking about it. You always, that thing, man, that you wake up in the middle of the night, you got a new idea. That's what you got to chase. Because anything else, it's going to disappoint you. You're going to forever be sad, man. If you don't chase that dream, you're going to forever be miserable, man. Bishop Jakes was talking one day on a podcast. I heard him talking. He said, I would hate to die and never do the thing I was born to do. That's a sad thing, man. That people they never chase because you got jobs and stuff and you listening to other people. I would, man, if I hadn't chased my dream, I wouldn't be here. If I listened to my mother and father, I'd have been a construction worker, just like my brothers. Boy, this the work we do. We harvest. I was out there on that bridge with that tar mop in my hand, swabbing that tar on them cracks on the freeway. I was thinking the whole time, I got to get the out of here. This is not what I'm dreaming of. I was never dreaming of that. I had a dream, man, a little kid, I want to be on TV. Some crazy shit in the 60s to sit up and say you want to be on TV. It was unheard of, man. But it's all I had. So, I would chase that dream, not that diploma. You got the diploma. It signifies that you have the ability to complete a task very well. And there's some, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, you got to get a degree. Come on now. But what if you made that decision when you was 18, you want to be something else? You want to go be a writer, go be a writer. I mean, I could tell you, it's a sad way to make a living. It's something you don't enjoy doing. You're going to do that till you're 65, then you're going to retire, then they're going to give you a third of what you can't live on anyway. That's the plan. They'll give you a gold watch, a turkey, and 1/3 of what you're having a hard time living on now. Nah. I would go chase that dream, see what God got for me. Probably better than what you had in mind anyway. First of all, success is not fame or money. You just get that out the way. Success is living your best life with the gift that God gave you. That's success. That's what success is. If you were born to teach and you're teaching, that's success. If you were born to care, that's success. If you were born to be a first responder, to serve and protect, if you were born to serve the military and you in the military, that's success. It ain't money or fame. That is a lot of people got money and fame. That ain't success, man. That's hard anyway. So that's really what I would call success. I'm successful in my own right because I took the gift God gave me and I pounded it, man. I just pounded it. I just did this gift he gave me and I just worked it. Well, I kept the faith the whole time, but the whole time I was believing, I was working. Faith without works is dead. You can believe all you want if you ain't gonna put no effort behind it. So I just pounded the gift. It just so happens I have a gift that I've learned to multiply. And then I put some financial goals to it. And through the grace of God, I got it. I mean, but really, if you look at my life, it's really God's grace, man, because I don't really deserve the life I have. I really don't. I don't work no harder than no other man in here. This is favor. God just showed me favor, man. He gave me a life way bigger than the one I was planning on wasn't this big. I ain't see all this happening. That's why it kills me. People win awards and they go, you know, I always knew I'd be here. But really? I'd be stunned when I watch people on award shows. You know, I always knew I'd be here. I dreamed of this. Really? You dreamed of this? I didn't. I didn't even know this existed. I know nothing about no jets. I was a little boy. Jet. I wanted a bike. You know, people kill me, man. They get there and they don't say nothing to God about it. That's why your hand don't go back there on your back, because it don't belong back there. You ever tried to pat yourself on the back? It don't go back there because it don't belong back there. And you got people, man, get up on these award shows and they don't mention God. They ain't got nothing to say to God. They go on the other side. I had a fire manager one time. I was on stage thanking God at this award show. When I came on stage, you know, Steve always getting on stage thanking God. He don't never thank the people. I went, whoa, dog, hold up. When you take yourself to put yourself in front of God on the list of things I should be thanking, it's time for me and you separate. Because I don't know who you think you are. You're not it, bro. You're not the reason. He wouldn't have told everybody he was the reason for my success. But you're not. I made him. We'll make another one. I got better idea. Make yourself. Just go make you. If you know how to make a star, make yourself one. It pay good. You ain't even got to go find a client. Just do you. So, you know, man, that's my thing about success.